Hello, Dr. BMS community. In today's video, I would like to talk mainly to the young people who are out to make relationships, romantic relationships, to find boyfriend, girlfriend, and hopefully get a life partner. How do you make a good choice? How do you know someone will be good for you and not turn out to regret later? Well, nobody can give a guarantee, only God, but you can use a certain measure that can give you a higher degree of confidence that you're making the right choice and get good outcomes than if you employed opposite measures. In my work as Dr. BMS, I meet young people who come to me seeking for treatment. Most of them are brought by their family members. They're addicted to drugs of recreation, alcohol, cannabis, even the injectable drugs. Now we're getting them. And their family have sad stories to narrate about how their son, their daughter, their loved one was introduced to drugs of addiction by a boyfriend, by girlfriend, by friends, by party mates. And when you distill this information, you find that these young people got into these problems because they did not make the right choices. Some of them were looking for a romantic partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, but in the process, they got more and worse than they had bargained for. So, young people, I have daughters, I have sons, and those are biological. Socially, there are many more daughters and sons I have in my work and as Dr. BMS. How do you, as a young person, make a good choice within human capabilities of a romantic partner, a life partner? I would like to suggest to you a simple rule that choose someone who clicks, who ticks on as many attributes, which I will mention in a short while, as many attributes as possible in the areas that I call the non-primary movers. So what are the non-primary movers that I'm referring to, and what are these attributes? Let's start by talking about the primary movers of creating a romantic relationship, sexual relationship between humans of the opposite sex. Nowadays, we also have same sex, so we accommodate them. The primary movers from the side of males, men, and in this case, I'm talking about heterosexual male-female relationship. It will be my reference point for most of what I'm going to say going forward, although we recognize that we have same-sex relationships taking hold now. So the primary movers of attraction, of pairing in romantic relationship from the male side, this young man is going to look for a woman who appeals to them in terms of beauty, physical beauty, how they look, how they excite the eye particularly. I say men are visual beings. How the eye is excited, they look beautiful, they look lovely. So it's around the area of beauty and sexuality, the sexual appeal, how they drive this young man's imagination sexually when he sees that woman. She looks sexy. Oh, look at that shape. Wow, she's nice. That is the primary mover for men, for boys. For girls, the primary mover is usually money, means, material things, and the ability to provide. It's instinctively wired into us, so don't think that I'm talking about gold diggers or people who want to take advantage of you because of what you have. No, it is instinctive. The girls will be attracted to this man who stands out, tall, handsome a bit, but has material things. And in today's world, they have money, they have flashy things, a big phone, a car. They can spend on them, buy lunch, take them out to parties, and buy them gifts, clothes, give them pocket money. Those are the primary movers that girls, females would look for in a romantic partner, a male romantic partner. So those primary movers, Dr. BMS is saying, if you want to make a good choice, push them aside for just a bit. Beware of them, but push them aside. It's like you're saying, I have seen them, I've recognized them, but I'm not going to make a decision yet until I look at the other things. And these other things are what I'm calling the non-primary movers. So as I said, to make a good choice of a romantic partner, a boyfriend, girlfriend, a life partner, a marriage partner, look for the non-primary movers. And if you can find many of them that attract you and you tick on them, and then you come back to the primary movers I've mentioned and you find they're there, you are going to make a better choice than someone who just stopped at the primary movers. Oh, they're beautiful, they're sexy, they have money, they are rich, they go to places, we party together. If you only stop at that, you may not make a good choice sometimes. So, what are these other attributes that you should look for that are not the primary movers? I've classified them in 3 core areas. The first one is the area of ambition, planning, focus. Look at your potential partner, your potential boyfriend or girlfriend, and ask yourself, does this girl or boy seem to have a plan of where they want to be, even tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, next year, what they want in their life? For example, this is a student, they are studying, they want to be a doctor like Dr. BMS, and you can see that they are seriously applying themselves to their studies, they attend class, they pass their exams, and this is an indicator this person has got ambition, this person is focused on their ambition, they have a plan of their life, and they are going on well. That is a person who is likely to carry forward the relationship that you want to have with them to greater heights, including long-term relationships like marriage. So look at areas of plan of life, ambition in life, and focus to that ambition. If you're going to pair up to be attracted to someone who seems to just move, dangle in the wind, move by the waves, today they want this, the following day they have dropped it, they are in school, sometimes they drop out of school, they change course, they don't want to attend classes, they have their little hustle, sometimes they are not there. When they get money, they forget about the work, they go partying until the money is finished. They had a project they were talking about, they started, they left, they lost focus. Now that person is swinging too much between many things, and they don't seem to have an anchor, they don't seem to have a focus, ambition, and that singular purpose to succeed. That may not be a good person for you. First red flag. The second area that I have talked about, or I have focused, is the area of partnership, teamwork, working with others. This person you are interested in, is he or she a person who you can plan things together, discuss, share roles, and execute them, communicate about them, and move together? Or are they lone rangers? You may be attracted to a person who is only interested in the glory of themselves, So when you are with them, you may be doing things, you may be having a good time partying, you may be studying, you may be on an excursion, but it appears to you that this person actually is more interested in what they themselves will achieve, and it stops there. They don't seem to care about you. If you are studying together, when you have some homework you want to do and they have finished their homework, they don't seem to care. They want to pull you from what you want to do, even when they know that you have not finished your bit, because for them they have finished and all they care about is their own well-being. So they will make you not achieve your plans because they're selfish, they're mean, they're inward looking. They are not programmed to form a bond with others. And remember, when you form a relationship, when you start having a boyfriend, girlfriend, you are forming a couple, you are forming a team. So if you are with someone who doesn't seem to have attributes of forming team, they want to be lone rangers, they are selfish, they only think about themselves. Once they have had their fill, the whole world stops. They don't care if other people have had anything at all. That is not a good attribute. Pay attention to it and beware that you may be choosing someone who may not be good for you. The last of the three non-primary mover attributes to look is in the category of the family outlook, the social outlook of this person, especially away from excitement, away from the party area, away from euphoria. What I mean by this is that look at this boyfie, girlfriend, this suitor, this person throwing darts, arrows romantically at you, and step back a bit and study this person, observe them when you are not in a party mood, when you are not in a disco, you are not on an outing, a concert, you are not in a crowd where, like, young people like to congregate over the weekends and sometimes in the evenings, and they party, they dance, and everybody's excited. Alcohol and drugs that cause excitement is flowing. Not in that environment where it is party time. Look at this person on a dull day when there's no party going on. They are probably in a familiar social environment, like with family members or close friends, people who you know that they already have a connection, they have a bond, and they should be relating in a way to further that bond. Now, when you look at that person in that environment, ask yourself, is this person showing signs like they engage well within the family? Do they get on well within the family? Their family members, relatives, friends, or do they look like people who have strains in their relationships, gaps that you can identify, a friction that you can see? And if there are gaps, what is the apparent cause of these gaps? Is it because this person is ill-suited to fit in? Sometimes they are not agreeable enough to fit into the social milieu, the family, or they are too self-centered, too independent-minded. They do not share enough. They do not communicate enough. They don't have that empathy, that feeling like I belong with people and I should be with the people. Like they say, I am because you are, and because you are, so I am. When you observe this person from a neutral moment in a familiar environment, social, you get a glimpse what kind of person you will be with when the party is over. When you get home and the hangover is over and you are sober and you are dealing with the daily things of living, finding a livelihood, managing a home, rearing children together, investing together, then you'll get a glimpse, is this a person I can interact with? Is this a person who fits well in a social milieu? Or is it a person I'll always be struggling to bring their focus back, to get their attention, to get some consideration from, or to form a team? So those three areas, the area of life plan, ambition, focus, direction, then the area of partnership, teamwork. Is this a person who fits well with others, or they tend to be too independent, too aloof? And the third area of how this person fits in a social environment on a neutral moment where they are not excited by party-like things, celebration of birthday, and those things that makes everyone happy. Even the gloomiest of people on normal days becomes happy during those days. Assess these persons along those lines, and if you find you are able to tick a number of things that are important to you in those areas, then come back to the primary movers, which I mentioned earlier. Maybe this person who doesn't want a rich guy, who doesn't want a beautiful girl, but those primary movers alone, without the other core areas, are going to lead you into a difficult relationship, because once the honeymoon is finished, the euphoria of pairing up, the dopamine rush is finished, and the daily responsibilities of life come. Children, maybe family, a mortgage, work to be done, chores at home. Then you will find that the non-primary movers that you ignored are now coming up as big issues, and they will make your relationship difficult. So, young people, choose your relationships well by bearing in mind these things that Dr. BMS is telling you. And remember, it is said one of the most important choices you'll ever make in your life as a human being is the choice of a life partner. It is so crucial. It can make or break you, whatever your circumstances. And so, because of that importance, give it more attention, give it more consideration, away and beyond the primary movers of material outlook, beauty, sexuality. And then you stop there and commit yourself to a relationship, to a marriage, which later on turns to be problematic. I hope that helps you. Drop your comments, as we say all the time. I look at them, we discuss. Share this video with a friend of yours, or a friend of yours, someone who is about to get married, someone who is just fallen in love, and let them watch this. It might just help make their decision deeper and richer than if they didn't. See you in another Dr. BMS video.